course, a racecourse ground in the National Equestrian Centre here. Already you can see in the centre of the screen the green and red vested shorts of the Ethiopians together with the red vests and black shorts of the Kenyan team. Terrifically fast start that these athletes are kicking in here. Prominent early on, names to look out for in the Kenyan team include men like Ben Limo, who was the winner in 1999, John Kibiwen, who won in 1998 and 2000, he wears 238, and the defending champion Qananiisaa Bekele of Ethiopia. 5.25 minutes into the race. Already Bekele, who wears number 353, prominent in that leading group. Kibiwen 238, Limo 243. Those are the three former champions. But both the Kenyan and Ethiopian teams having very strong squads indeed. Moroccans certainly also have a good team, and they'll be looking to challenge for a medal. The caption at the bottom just shows some of those leaders. Tom Kipatani also wearing 241. He's prominent up there. Goumri leading the Moroccan challenge. He wears 390. But now, after a lap, 13 Absher. Chris Marzouzi of France is running in this race, and of course only very recently he won the world indoor title at 1500 meters. So he's combining both indoor running and the outdoor cross-country running. And indeed the bronze medalist in that race, Abdul Qadir Hachlaf of Morocco, he's also in the lineup. But at the moment both those two Moroccans are some way down now on this leading group. It's 353 Bekele, just behind him 243, that's Ben Limo. John Kibiwen of Kenya also up there wearing 238. Michael Kipyego and Thomas Kiplani in their first years as seniors. Also just sure there, one of the other Ethiopians just a bit further back, Abiote Ndali. Now the challenge is really on, and Bekele looking behind, going away from these three Kenyans. It's such a vital part of their sports culture in both these countries, enormous rivalry. Certainly the packing of the Kenyans indicates that they are lining up to win the team title, but Bekele is looking absolutely superb. This wonderful athlete who 2 years ago was the junior champion and second in this short course race, and last year became the first man ever to win the double of both the short course race and the long course race in his first year as a senior athlete. Shorter figure of Bekele leading from number 243 Ben Limo, and on the other side number 238 John Kibiwen. So it's the three former winners of this championship, which started in 1998, since when the Kenyan team have won it on all 5 occasions, and the Ethiopians and the Moroccans have consistently picked up the medals every year as well. Now the Kenyans getting ahead of Bekele. Pushing on there is John Kibiwen, fine runner on the track at 1500 meters. And Ben Limo, who's shown form at 5000 meters, at 10,000 meters on the track as well. And they're opening up a gap back to the rest of the field. El Amri now of Morocco, the leading member of their team, saw him just wearing 386. Pushing on into this race, the three former champions. Which one will triumph on this occasion here in Switzerland in the year 2003? Certainly John Kibiwen looking very good. He won it in 1998, he won it in 2000, and he'd be the first man to win a hat-trick of titles at this newly introduced short course distance. The three of them have really opened up quite a gap on the rest of the field now. Kibiwen looking good, coming down on one of the artificial obstacles there. Not really very challenging a hill, but it just breaks up the rhythm of the athletes. Coping with the undulating grass surface across the dirt tracks as well, part of the time at this National Equestrian Centre. Bekele now slipping into second place. Qananiisaa Bekele, just 20 years of age, behind the more experienced Kenyan runners. Bekele, who's been identified by the great Haile Gebrselassie as a man that could well challenge all his records in due course. He won the double last year and then started the track season but got injured in his very first race and then had Achilles problem. Well, he seems to be well clear of that now. He's now taken up the lead. Qananiisaa Bekele is going away, it seems, from the Kenyan challenge. He's putting in a sprint finish just when it mattered, and it doesn't seem that the Kenyans have much of an answer to that. It's John Kibiwen tracking him, but he's in the final finish now. This brilliant 20-year-old talent, Qananiisaa Bekele from Ethiopia, sprinting clear in the final stages, checking back to see whether he's got any rivals behind him. He hasn't. He's overcome his injury and his recent illness, which caused him to miss the Ethiopian Championships. He is now world champion once again. What a brilliant success there for Bekele, ahead of Kibiwen and Limo. Quite a challenge on now for the remaining positions. This is once again the decisive moment when Bekele, with some 400 meters to go, decided it was time to kick clear, and so he did. There's confirmation. The final race of these 2003 World Championships is the men's long course race, and the figure there at the head, center of the screen, wearing 353, is Qananiisaa Bekele. A wonderful run on the first day of these championships to win the gold medal in the men's short course race. Can he possibly emulate the double that he did a year ago in Dublin when he took a brilliant and unprecedented double victory with both the short course and long course races? He said after his victory on the first day that he would see how he feels, maybe he'd attempt the double. Well, here he is, and I think he has to be accorded the status of favourite. He looked absolutely superb on the first day. He looked to have something in reserve, and I certainly wouldn't bet against him in this race. But he has got a terrific challenge from some top names from the Kenya. And the men's long course race, of course, is really the one that most people regard as the top event of the championships, perhaps rather than the more recently introduced 4 kilometre short course race. This is the one that the distance runners who do cross country would like to win. And it's Bekele already making his presence felt, just putting a little burst there, number 353, but responding to that challenge is the Kenyan, number 377, Abraham Chirono, Commonwealth Games steeplechase, bronze medalist behind his brother Stephen Chirono in the year 2002. And just beginning to go away a little bit now. Abraham Chirono. The Kenyans will undoubtedly be working as a team. They prepare very hard. They go to training camp a month before these World Cross Championships. They work together. They're very keen indeed on securing team victory. And they like to help whoever they consider to be the best man on the day to individual honours as well. And we may well see the pattern of them sharing the lead. And the earliest designated man up there is Abraham Chirono. There's the leading group. Sami Kitkita, the world's fastest 10-kilometre runner on the track last year, Commonwealth Games 5,000-metre runner. He's up there. He wears 379 for Kenya. His teammates, Richard Limo, wears 382, the former world half marathon champion, Paul Coet wears 380, this year's Kenyan champion at cross country. John Cheriot Korea wears 381. They're all up there in the leading group. Ethiopian challenge headed by Bekele, and also prominent, wearing 355, Gebri Exeabha Gebri Mariam, who was last year's junior champion and the world 10,000 metres champion on the track. Medkef Bazigi of the USA, ex-Eritrean, so he comes from East Africa, running for the USA for a couple of years now, and is the American record holder of 10,000 metres. He's also up there, 426, but this is beginning to drop back a bit now. Chirono 3.77. Now Yield in the lead. Up there is 3.82. Richard Lima. 3.80. Now taking it up. That's Paul Coech. Been out of action for a couple of years with injuries, and good to see the most experienced member of the Kenyan team now back in action. Silver medalist from this race back in 1998, after being fourth the previous 2 years. So maybe team gold medals to his credit. And of course the Kenyan team have an absolutely staggering record in this race, in that they first won it here in Switzerland, Colombier near Neuchâtel in 1986, and they have won it every single year since then. And with the preponderance of Kenyan vests, all 6 of their team up there in the leading group, it looks like they're going to do it again. There are some Ethiopians, of course, up there. There's Bekele, there's Gebri Mariam, there's also Seleshi Sahin, the world junior silver medalist at 10,000 meters on the track. He's with the leading group. But the 4th member of the Ethiopian team, just a little bit detached now, looking back to Zersane Tadese. Bekele is testing them. He's putting in some surges from time to time, quite prepared to challenge these Kenyans. Bekele wearing 3.53. Doesn't want to take the lead, it seems, for a long time, but quite prepared to show the Kenyans who've been alternating in the lead that he's the man they've got to fear. And now it's the 2 Ethiopians. Bekele with on his left-hand side the much taller figure of Gebri Mariam. But the Kenyans not prepared to yield yet. John Korea now up to join them. John Chariot Korea, to distinguish him from another leading Kenyan distance runner, John Korea. Fascinating to see that the Kenyans have been trying to run it as a team, but it looks like the 2 Ethiopians are now taking a commanding presence in this race. The 2 of them and 1 Kenyan, and then a bit of a gap. Trying to bridge that gap is number 378, Patrick Avuti, silver medalist in 1999, and he's doing so. He's joined that leading group. Then further back, 382, that's Richard Limo. Behind him, that's 379, Abraham Chirono. 381, John Chariot Korea. Back view of 380, Paul Coech. Very consistent pace there, 5 minutes or near enough for each lap. Laps 2, 3, 4. Lap 1, of course, has an extra straight to start off the race before they get onto this 1700 meter circuit. Bekele, having made his little burst, now happy just to sit back a bit. And certainly he looks wonderfully smooth, and you really wouldn't know that he had the challenging first day short course race already to his credit. All these other men come fresh into this race, but Bekele looks the class, smoothly going down that bridge there. Bekele leads from Ivuti and Korea. Such is the pace that they're able to come through and pass, lap some of these athletes also in the rest of the race. Well, over 100 runners started. They're just lapping the man from Bolivia, Cesar Nelson Condori. But now it's the 2 Ethiopians again making their presence felt, and just Ivuti, it seems, able to stand with them. Bekele and Gebri Mariam. Bekele much the shorter of the 2, and a big gap back now to the 4th place man. No question that once again the team medals will go to Ethiopia and Kenya, but this is about a wonderful runner here, Qananiisaa Bekele. Last year, almost unbelievably, he took the double. In the previous year he'd won the junior race and come second in the short course senior race, and now he's looking to do it once again, and he's looking terrific, tracked by the much taller and slightly younger Ë.ኤ.አ Gebremariam. Bekele running downhill. We have for the last decade enthused over the greatest of all distance runners, in my book, the great Haile Gebrselassie. Haile Gebrselassie is still, of course, very much with us, concentrating now much more on the longer distance races on the track and on the marathon. But this is the man that he expects may challenge his world records on the track. And it's Qananiisaa Bekele opening up a big gap now back to Gebremariam, and then back to Evuti, and then a big gap again back to the next Kenyan runner, Richard Limo. A superb effort here from Bekele, going away from the field. Still some way to go, but surely no one is going to catch this man. He looks absolutely superb. But Evuti has just overtaken Gebremariam for second place. Here he comes round that bend on his own. Clearly the star of these World Championships. Here in Switzerland, a beautiful day and a really sensationally good runner here. Bekele passing one of the back markers there, Kanji of Malawi. Those lap runners peeling off to run an extra lap of the track. Not so this man, Bekele, out on his own, coming towards the finish. It's a long way behind him. Patrick Evuti will have to settle for a silver medal this time. There's no doubt that history is being made once again here at the 31st IAF World Cross Country Championships, because it has been an absolutely superb run by Qananiisaa Bekele of Ethiopia. Here he comes in, running as strongly as ever to take his second gold medal. Just 20 years of age, this is his 5th individual title in World Cross Country Championships. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. The champion, the double champion, is Bekele of Ethiopia. Coming in to take the silver medal now is Patrick Evuti of Kenya. A second silver medal for the Kenyan. And still a junior, chosen to run in the senior race this year. It's Gebremariam taking the bronze medal for Ethiopia. But the Kenyans look to have the world team title sewn up once again. They secured that for the 18th successive year, but they had to yield to the superstar of cross-country, Qananiisaa Bekele, double world champion for the second successive year. Absolutely brilliant running from a man who missed most of the track season last year with Achilles injury. Illness interrupted his preparations. He couldn't run in the Ethiopian Championships, but he overcame both of those to come back to be double world champion.